Hi guys, FreezeMyDrip here with another episode of To Northgard. This series is for beginners to intermediate players that are new to the game and want to rank up fast with a specific clan. Today we are going to talk about the clan of the Kraken. In this video we will talk about all the features and starting bonuses of the Kraken. We will go over the build order, I'll let you guys know the preferred lore order, and lastly, we'll talk about the military path for the Kraken. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and incentivizes me to allocate more time and effort into making these videos for you guys. Let's begin. The Kraken has a 2-star difficulty to learn. It plays somewhat normal, but it has debuffs. A lot of debuffs. Kraken has special abilities to counter the debuffs and make them even stronger, so understanding the abilities unique to Kraken is the only difficult part about them. They have a 2-star development. I feel like this could almost be 3 stars with how powerful of an economy Kraken can have. This clan uses a ton of wood for their econ. They have a 3-star military because their lore allows them to gain more power than other clans, for example, Endless Tide, which we will talk about later. They have a special unit called Valkyries, which are very strong, and they have certain abilities that allow them to control spectral warriors. Only 1 star for support. They can be a feast clan with their bonuses to fish, but outside of that, they rely on their teammates more than their teammates rely on them. The features and starting bonuses of the Kraken are, they cannot build longship docks, therefore they cannot win by trade. Colonization and building costs on non-coastal tiles are 50% more expensive. All units' attack powers are reduced by 30% on non-coastal tiles. I know what you're thinking. Kraken sounds like an awful clan with all these debuffs, but bear with me. The fisheries replace Fisherman's Hut and can be used in sea and lake tiles. Fishermen produce 20% more food. The Hogger replaces the brewery. Ward may be used to activate special abilities such as Shallow Waters, allows 1 additional building on coastal tiles and costs 100 ward. High Tide. You can only cast High Tide on a non-coastal zone adjacent to a coastal zone or zones affected by High Tide. Acts as a coastal zone, negates all negative effects, and makes fish appear in lakes, and it costs 300 ward. Road to Valhalla. Turn a Norn into a Valkyrie. Valks regenerate health on tiles with Hoggers. You can only have 1, but they don't add to your population or their warband like a war chief and only costs 600 ward. The last ability is Ancient Spirits. Summon 5 hostile spectral warriors to a chosen enemy coastal tile. 1000 ward. Now the fame bonuses. Future Sight requires 200 fame. You obtain 400 ward and events are now revealed long sooner than other clans. Your clan feasts each time the Kraken approaches the coast. Howl of the Sea Monster requires 500 fame. Military units killed in neutral or enemy zones have a chance to become spectral warriors, joining your ranks under your control. Ida of Vor. You gain 1000 ward when you build this relic. Your Norns also produce fame. I rarely ever build this relic personally, and speaking of building, let's hop into the build order. The way I play Kraken is with a heavy focus on food trade to giants, but if giants are on the map, then you can trade with dwarves. Like I said, their eco takes a ton of wood, so you'll want to get started with a scout's camp, scout the nearest tiles, and while building the scout camp, build a fishery on the main tile. Then try to find another tile where you can build a woodcutter's lodge and a house on. On the main tile, you'll want a second woodcutters. Find another tile with fish and build a second fishery. You want to then build silos on both fishery tiles and make sure you get another house down before you get population locked. Once you are close to getting your second lore, which will be mine efficiency, you want to build an iron mine. Now that you have some iron, build the forge. After the forge is Hogger to help you generate happiness and ward. Next is a stone mine. Then you want to place your first trading post. After that, in no specific order, you want another house or 2, a training camp, a healer's hut, and 2 more trading posts. The order of this build depends on when you get certain lores, so it could vary a little depending on your game and your clan needs. And lastly, you'll want 5 more camps for a warband of 18. The upgrade order of your units and buildings are Fishermen's first, then Norns, Merchants, and then you want to upgrade your Town Hall, which will allow you to upgrade your Fisheries first, and then your Hogger. Next, you want to upgrade both food silos, but only if you have the stone for it. I recommend doing this last, which will give you time to get the lore eradication to cut the costs in half. The lore order of the Kraken. First is sharp axes from the top tree, then the bottom tree for mining efficiency. You want to get these before the first winter. Next is near the sea spirit, again from the bottom tree. Generate 1 gold and 1 ward for every 3 coastal buildings. After that, it's knowledge from beyond. It's in the same tree. Trade routes produce 100% crowns. Reveal the position of all neutral factions. Trade routes with neutral factions give +2 lore per merchant and 20% more crowns and relationship. Depending on how quick you can start trading, you can switch the last 2 lores around in order to gain lore quicker. Next is foresight. Norns generate 20% more ward and 50% more happiness. Usually I'll try to sneak in eradication for the silo upgrades so I don't have to worry about food while I have a large army. Number 7 is Endless Tide. Increase all military units attacks by 10%. Reduce the cost of military units by 15%. Each camp gives +1 warband. Kraken tends to have a lot of lore, so you can choose a couple more before you convert in a traditional game. If I'm running legions for my military path, I almost always have recruitment. For the military path, you can choose between leadership and legions. Legions is more for team play. War effort, Endless Tide, and recruitment have high synergy for battle. You usually only upgrade one military unit in team play, and someone will clear for you, so you don't need a bodyguard. In a solo game, leadership helps you self-clear, and you'll have to diversify your army, so armed wing of the clan comes into play. Overall, I think Kraken is a very strong clan. With a lot of military power and unique abilities, I really enjoy playing them. The only downside with Kraken is that their games can be dictated by their starting tiles. Utilizing their abilities is the key to success. That's everything about the clan of the Kraken. If this video helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. In the comments below, tell me how you play Kraken. Let me know what I can do to improve my videos for you guys. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at FreezeMyDrip. See you next time!